So just a follow-up video on further a little bit on my earlier video here, just to put my thoughts together. We just finished training here, and you know what, we're training because, you know, it's not a crime to train. It's actually a good, healthy practice to come in and do some exercise. So I don't care what anybody else thinks about that. This is what I do. This is my life. I'm not going to change my habits because some people they feel that they're better than me, and they think they can tell me what to do. Okay, so if I get sick, it's my own fault. Somebody else that trains with me gets sick, it's their own fault, and they'll deal with it. Everybody's a man here. Okay, so having that out of the way, I was talking to some of the guys here, and you know, the basic topic of conversation is what's happening in the U.S., the whole aggressive, violent situation that's happening down there. And some of the guys were saying, hey, you know, Trump should do this, should do that, he should get the military involved and all of this. But here's what I think, guys. Okay, so Mike Pence is definitely, you know, he's a coward. He didn't stand up for Trump. The many times that Trump has stood up for him has been in vain. He didn't do his duty as an American, as a patriot, to defend what, in my view, what democracy is all about. When you have electronic voting machines, you cannot control the vote. You lose control. So you lose democracy. When you have rules, you know, they start making up new rules where you can send in paper ballots whenever you please, however many you please. Even the dead are voting. You know, you lose democracy. I'll give it to Biden though. I think he's better than Jesus, because not only did he pull out a miracle out of his butt, but he also resurrected the dead. He resurrected so many thousands of people to vote for him. That's quite amazing. You know, Biden did the miracle of the multiple resurrection. People came out of the graves, and they voted Biden. They mailed in their ballots, and then they went back to the cemetery where they lay. You know, so you can find those voters. He also got homeless people to vote for him, people with no address. He got illegal immigrants, all kinds of people who didn't know how to read and write to vote for him. That's quite amazing. He also did the, you know how Jesus multiplied the fish? You know, it has one up on Jesus. I mean, Biden, he multiplied the votes. You know, some of the ballots were counted dozens of times. He also did a miracle of the appearing votes. All of a sudden, you know, you had Biden below Trump, snapped his fingers, machines got turned off. When they got turned back on, boom, Biden was above Trump in at least 5 of the states. That's quite amazing. That's the miracle of the overtake. You know, Biden is quite amazing. Maybe he will be the right president for the United States after all. We need somebody who has miraculous powers. You know, but here's the deal. You know, all joking and kidding aside, here's the thing. My thoughts are, my feelings are that, you know, and I'm pro-Trump. I'll make that very clear. I think that Trump is an honest guy. I think he really does love his country. He's a patriot, and he went into the presidency thinking that he was going to be able to do something to make America great. His slogan is "Make America Great Again," and that was his intent. One thing that he didn't count on was the fact that he's one guy against an entire swamp of slimy, sleazy politicians. And if there's one thing that politicians have in common is that they are spineless, sleazy, slimy, lying bastards that don't deserve any respect whatsoever. Okay, so, and they're all the same, doesn't matter where you are and what party they're from. It could be from the Democrats, it could be from the Republicans, liberals here in Canada, conservatives. You got some more or less good guys, and then you got the slimy, sleazy, and they're the majority, unfortunately. I've spoken with a few. I've met some politicians. They're all liars. When you talk to them, you think that they're on your side. Hey, buddy, I'm here for you. Bullshit. They're not. They'll pat you on the back to get your vote. Once you've given your vote, then they're a completely different person. Okay, so don't get enamored by any politician. They're all slime balls. Okay. So here's the deal. Trump was up against an impossible task. He was against the entire establishment, political establishment, the news networks, Hollywood, all of the actors. He was up against all of those slime balls. Even a lot of the military guys, the warmongers, they hated him. Trump didn't get into any new wars. That's bad for business when you're a manufacturer of weapons, right? So they're lucky now because Biden is coming in, and he's gonna start up shit in the Middle East again. It's gonna be buddy with China though. Oh yeah, he's gonna be buddies with China. He's going to start shit up in the Middle East. He's going to stir the pot, and then the weapons manufacturers are going to be so happy. Okay. But anyways, back to my train of thought here, just to conclude. Trump was up against an impossible task. He tried his best. There's no point in continuing. In my point of view, there's no point in continuing to protest and fight against a system that won't relent, simply because people are going to get killed. One lady already lost her life today. Okay, she got shot through the neck, and that's a total shame what happened. We don't need any more of that. So one of my friends here said, we should get the military involved and this and that. What that's going to result in is a civil war, right? If a civil war happens, millions of people will die. Nobody wants that. Okay, for as much as I like what Trump was doing and the direction he was going, and the fact that he was correct in all his policies, foreign policy, no wars, protecting American border security, building up the economy. All of those policies were correct, keeping China in check. As much as I appreciated him for that, there comes a point where you got to recognize what's best and what's for the greater good. In no way am I conceding that Trump lost the election. He did not lose. The elections were stolen. The evidence of fraud is overwhelming. No judge wanted to hear it because they didn't want to get their hands dirty, and or because they're part of the swamp. One or the other, or both. Okay, so it's just a shame that justice was not served, but that's how things go. Sometimes justice is not served. But I would hate to see so many people killed in a possible war, civil war. I don't want to see that. I want to see America come to terms with this and not accept what happened, but you got to remember there will be another election in 4 years. All right? So there's going to be another chance to turn things around in 4 years. That's how democracy works. Anybody hearing this, I would again, I want to emphasize, I'm not conceding that Trump lost the election, because I believe he won hands down, and he had an overwhelming win, but it was stolen. So hopefully things will be better next round in 4 years. Joe Biden, I don't think he's going to survive. I don't think he's going to be living in 4 years. I think Kamala Harris is going to be taking over for him soon after he dies. He's going to die of something. I think she's going to take over, and it's going to be awful for America. It's going to be terrible. That woman has, I don't know what she has for brains, but she doesn't, she sounds to me like somebody, an angered feminist that doesn't have any coherent thoughts. It's nothing, no solid thinking process in there. So I think she's going to play for big corporations. She's going to play for, that's what she's going to do. She's going to play for the big corporations. And one of the things that's going to happen is that the world is going to be flipped upside down, I guess. China is going to simply take over like they planned to all along. Canada's already being commanded by China. Trudeau is just a puppet. Our Canada is right now. Once Biden takes over, I think Brazil is the only country left in the world that still has a shot at staying free. However, even Brazil is going to suffer some consequences. Here comes January 20th onwards. France is already putting a lot of pressure on Brazil to give up some of its territory. U.S. is going to join in, and it's going to be downhill from there. So I can foresee that Brazil is going to make some alliances with Russia, and hopefully then we'll be able to defend our borders from these invaders. And I wish things were going better. I wish things were going our way in terms of which way the politics is going. But we got to accept the facts, guys. And the facts is the swamp has won. And we're going to have to try again. Okay? You guys have a good night.